It is absolutely freezing outside. I think currently it's 16 degrees Fahrenheit where I am in the world, and a high of like 28 today. So yeah, it's cold, but I'm itching to go out and shoot. And I am also excited to try something that I got that I think you all might think is kind of cool. Hold on. This might become my ace in the hole, my favorite winter photography accessory. See, the thing about winter is that I'm usually fine when it's cold. It's my hands that's the problem. And when I'm out, taking photographs, I hate wearing gloves and fiddling with a camera. I find it really unintuitive and really uncomfortable and frankly kind of hard. So the big problem is when I'm out, with the camera, my hands are freezing and my hands get really cold really fast. It's a huge problem. And this, I think, will solve that. So I mentioned this brand in my fall wardrobe update video. I'll link it up here. And I'm actually wearing a pair of pants from them. Add Some. I really love them. I've been getting a lot of stuff from them. And they recently came out with this product. It's kind of silly, but it fills such a niche use case, especially for me, that I was like, I need this. It's so cool. So this is what they call their muff bag. I know the name is kind of goofy, but essentially what it is a hand warmer. And the cool thing about it is that it has pull tabs on the sides and this nice little zipper pocket in the front. And that's what makes this different than any other kind of muff bag that you may see like a quarterback use or a lot of hunters use. My dad has a couple of these for when he goes hunting. You stick your hands in it and it keeps your hands warm. But these little pull tabs, right, they seal off each end to make your muff bag into an actual bag. So the nice thing about that is your camera, when you are walking around, can be secured. Let's say if you stop in, shop, you go grab a drink, whatever, you grab something to eat. I don't have to hold on to the camera anymore. It's in the bag. And nice zipper pocket means I can access things like my wallet, keys, whatever. Or if you have a much larger camera, you can just leave it strapped around your neck and walk around with your hands in the bag. Perfect, right? So as far as I know, this bag is actually still available at AdSum's website. I can throw a link down in the description below. But you don't have to get the one from AdSum. I just like the brand and I liked the orange color. I thought it was cool, so I wanted to support them. You could use any old muff bag or any old hand warmer without the pull tabs, or even get kind of crafty and, put some pull tabs in it for yourself. And I think this is such a great and clever accessory for a winter photographer. I mean, I've been scouring the internet for pocketable cameras that are fully mechanical, especially 120 cameras. And honestly, it's kind of silly to spend, $100 to $200 on one of those when you could get one of these from, I don't know, a sporting goods store for 15 bucks. This one is a little bit more than that, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna go out and take my camera out with me, and then I'm gonna stress test this thing because, again, it's 16 degrees out and I need to keep warm as best I can. I have several layers on and I'm gonna put a jacket on over this as well. But the big problem is I can't use big bulky gloves with a camera. I have to use either really thin gloves or no gloves at all, which is where this will come in. So I'm gonna head out. I am gonna take the Fuji out for a little bit, shoot some black and white film, probably some Arista EDU / foam pan. Everyone knows that's just foam pan. Look for some cool texture. The lighting outside is not bad, but subjects are running a little thin. So I'm hoping to get some more textural shots. I'm gonna develop the roll in Rodinol to get some nice, sharp, chunky grain. I think that'll really feed into the kind of look that I'm going for. And I don't know if I can be out any longer than what it will take me to take 8 frames. So I'm gonna head out to a botanical garden that I like to shoot at. Hopefully I can find something, but I've been itching to go out. It's been a while, and I've been really wanting to try this thing out, and I'm gonna take you along for the ride. So yeah, let's go. All right, so I made it to my spot, and I realized something pretty also great about this bag. I can't use my phone with gloves. Even these have the thumbs that let you use a touchscreen. It never works. So I have just a bare hand here, and you know, be able to put it in the bag to keep my hand warm. But yeah, pretty happy actually. There's still a lot of snow on the ground. It snowed a few days ago, and most of it melted. So hopefully I'll be able to kind of take advantage of that. All right, so I've been kind of like had my head just pointed towards the ground, looking at some of the foliage here, and I've come across a part of the path where the sun is just kind of splitting some foliage just in half, so I'm gonna get a shot of that. There's also a nice tree here with a lot of texture. I think I'm gonna go for that as well. So, all right, let's check this out. Look how this tree is kind of just exploding out of the ground. I think the light's hitting it really nicely, so I'll try to make a picture here too. Oh, maybe not. Let me see if I can get something from right here. So this is kind of one of those tough ones where I see something that catches my eye, but I really can't figure out a good way to frame it or present it in like a pleasing way. So if you look here, you know, you have these these tree branches or trunks, whatever it is, just kind of like twisting and winding, and the light is hitting it really nicely, you know, from this angle. But the photo is very vertical with kind of this column here, and there's really nothing leading your eye. You know, there's some texture here. There's really nothing kind of going on in the background. And you know, I find these scenes kind of like appealing at first, and I find that I would used to photograph them all the time and then look at them and not really be happy with what I got, because I couldn't really present, you know, that interesting part of the photo in a nice way or frame it in a nice way. I think this is something that a macro lens or something with really good close focus would do much better with. Maybe not the Fuji that I have with me today. So I think I'm gonna skip this one. And I gotta say, so far this bag is absolutely working wonders. It's still a little cold with having to kind of take my hand out to start the video up. But overall, it's a really good alternative to a glove. I don't feel like I absolutely need to be wearing gloves when I'm using it. I feel like it definitely gets the job done and is a really comfortable and warm option for when I'm out doing something like this. All right, I've come up on what I think is another good composition. Another tree, some more tree bark texture. I like this one. I like the way the light is hitting it, so I'm gonna try to capture it in a nice way. There's also this nice birdhouse up here. Maybe I'll get a shot of the birdhouse too. So I'm realizing that my left hand that has the glove on it, that's kind of holding the phone, is colder than my bare right hand that I've been sticking back in the bag. It's awesome. I love it. It's so great. It's so great to just not like freeze my ass off when I'm out here in the winter. I'm really like thankful that the sun is out. It would normally be way worse if it wasn't as sunny. It's nice to get outside. It's nice to, you know, get outside and not like feel like it sucks, which is kind of the struggle in the winter. And I know the other kind of tough thing is colors and stuff. It's so drab sometimes. It gets tends to be very gray. There tends to be no interesting sort of sky. The colors are just kind of gone. So black and white becomes, you know, my best friend in the winter, even though I feel like I don't get out and shoot all that much, mostly because I look at the weather and I see in temperatures in the teens, and man, I do not want to get off the couch and go outside. But anyway, I came up on what I think is going to be my second to last composition here, and you can kind of see it behind me. You can see how this tree root or branch is wrapped around this column. There's the shadow, kind of the splitting it in half, and you have some other columns framing it. And I think I'm going to wind up cropping this one to square. I think this is going to wind up being a good square composition. So yeah, let's get this shot. And like exactly on the other side of this composition that I just took, look at how this shadow is kind of like pointing here and framing this. I'm not a fan of that sign, but I'm going to try to stand somewhere so that this column is blocking it. But I think there's something interesting here. And that is the roll. There it goes. We're all wound up. All right, so let's go home, get out of the cold, get this roll of film developed.